Spider Pig, Spider Pig, does whatever a Spider Pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, he can't. He's a pig. Look out! He is the Spider Pig. What's up, niggas? Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Black Joker 46, aka Lord Black, and again with Squeaky Puff Jr.
Fuck you, it's Dark Side.
Dark Side is everyone. No, oh no, the exploding Dark Side, cause he had diarrhea tonight.
Oh, yeah, right.
I know,
Alright.
I'm only kidding. Welcome, guys, to the discussion: Marvel versus DC Universe. Now, before we get into
We're making
I
this
must
shit
say,
up as we go along.
it's not that. No, we're not. Don't listen to Dark Side. He's been drinking too much lean. This is opinions. Also, we are biased, and by bias we mean we love Marvel.
Yes.
Nothing against
yes,
you,
we
DC, but you guys fucking suck right now compared to Marvel. Marvel got the best everything.
Although, I actually did really like the movie Justice League versus the Teen Titans. That was actually badass.
Yes.
I do like the new Cyborg and how he got his powers.
Yes, now, if we are going to talk about that, let's talk about the DC Universe for a split second, because DC, in this discussion, is not all that important, but we also are going to mention a game that they have that's out at the moment, which is totally free for you to play, which is DC Universe Online. And
Unless you want to use a certain power, then yes, you gotta pay for it.
we haven't even gotten to that part yet. Thank you, Squeaky Puff Jr., for ruining the expectations of the crew.
Well, I was going along with what you say. That's not really ruining it.
True.
It's the truth.
But I love to fuck with you. You already know. So, basically, this is the game. An apocalyptic world has happened. The world has come to an end. And Brainiac's coming to invade. So what happened? Lex Luthor somehow travels back in time and delivers a bunch of little bugs from Brainiac, who gives us superpowers. Now, I'm no expert or nothing, but that's kind of ripping off Spider-Man right there.
Big time. But the way it works is, basically the little bots have like the powers of all the superheroes and supervillains. So the superpowers of everybody are in those little bots, which means you can have the powers of anybody.
If you pay for
which
some of them.
technically, if you pay for some of them, and then they're still missing some. I don't know why they had to do all the all the lanterns. For some reason, they had to do all the well, they technically didn't do all the lanterns because they didn't do the pink lanterns, the purple lanterns, and
There is
the
no
black
purple lantern.
Yeah, there's a purple lantern.
No, there's not.
There's
a pink one, there's a red one, there's a blue one, there's a yellow one, there's a green one, there's an orange one, there's a black one. The 7 colors
There's
of the
also
fucking,
a white one.
Yeah, and a white one. But the white one is all of them combined, I think. But anyway, this is the thing. This is how we basically determine which one's the better universe. Because to tell you the truth, I prefer the Marvel universe, if anything. Second, these bugs that infect you, let's just face it, the storyline has no storyline, because to be honest with you, you don't play
You're just
through
going
a
around and
storyline.
hitting shit.
Exactly. You get a mentor.
It's basically like Grand Theft Auto.
Only difference is you can be a hero or villain. Now there's the problem with this, because in the trailer or the opening sequence, when Lex tells you he's come back in time to give the world a fighting chance, guess what? You guys decide to make the class of hero and villain instead of making one united front.
Yeah, because like because now whenever you're out in the real world, oh, you're going to be fighting villains whenever you run into them.
Secondly, another thing that is wrong with that one is, you know, I don't mind that there are villains and shit, but at the same time, why? Like, you guys want to unite the world, not destroy it. Like, your dream was to unite the world in order to stop Brainiac's crazy ass. And instead of doing that, you guys are still fucking up and still wanting to fight and damage each other and do all this good stuff that is not good stuff.
Yeah, like, most of the time, whenever you're the heroes, you're fighting villains. And whenever you're the villains, you're fighting heroes. And it's like... And the thing is, you rarely ever focus on the real situation at hand. It's like nothing's changed. There's no worldwide crisis. You're just trying to do the usual.
Exactly. Only problem is you've infected every human being in the world with exobites, as they call them. Now, here's all the good stuff about DC Universe. One, you're your own hero, which means made-up name, costumes are all unique, kinda, because at a certain point, you will run into that certain person that looks just like you, probably has a different color scheme, but looks just like you. Second, let's see, you can spend hours at it.
Yeah, and still not be completely satisfied with how you look. Instead of right from the get-go, you can choose any design you want. No, let's go through the game and give you bits and pieces and try to get you to figure out what you want to look like.
We're naming the good stuff, man. We're not naming the shitty shit yet. And I
like naming the shitty shit. I like naming the shitty shit. This is my shitty walk.
Welcome to Shitty Walk. But anyway,
would you like the shitty beef or shitty chicken?
But anyway, the game itself, in my opinion, gets a rank 4. Gets a 4 out of 10.
I give it a 2. It's only fun in the beginning, then after that it's freaking boring as fuck.
Well, they want you to actually communicate with other players, so they force you to team up with other players. But that's where your combat rating and everything comes in for if you aren't a team player and you want to be a vigilante slash solo player. Get your combat rating up to at least like 100 and something, and then you're able to one-shot anyone. Which means your armor won't get damaged as bad. Unless you lag, you won't be taken out by the enemy.
It's still boring as hell.
That's only if you let it be. Like me, I just met a guy who's away at the moment, and he showed me like a lot of shit that I didn't even know. And I've had the game for 5 fucking years and didn't know a lot of shit that came to this game. And then I played with him, and he showed me the ropes, and I liked it because he also gave me a white aura, which makes my hero look badass. But and the good thing about the game is, if you have friends who play and you guys are looking for a game that's free because you don't want to pay for a game right off the bat when you get your PlayStation, well, this game's free. So if you don't have the money to, buy a game, but you bought an online member, like you bought your little online the way PlayStation does for us. You have the time.
Technically, you don't really need it. You can play without the PlayStation Plus membership.
Well, there you go. You don't even need your Plus membership to play this, and it's a good way to save up and get like your Plus membership in case you want to get better games, this, that, and the other. So it's a good start-off game, is what I'm gonna call it. So for that is the reason why it gets a 4. Other than that, I'll be right along with you with a 2. Now here's everything that's bad about it: the story arc. The PvP thing, like everyone's supposed to be united. We're not supposed to be trying to fuck each other's lives up. Let's see. Having to pay for power.
Yeah, and you rarely ever fight the real people you're supposed to be fighting against as missions. You actually got to go out and try to actually get the weapons you want. Like, you can't just use any weapon you want. No, you gotta choose out of the weapons that they pick out for you. You can't just...
Well, the only weapon you have to pay for is the shield, honestly. And that's kind of fucked up, because that's also another ripoff of Marvel, because, Captain America. The shield is actually supposed to be trademarked.
And the shield actually has a fucking star on it.
Well, it depends on your symbol. Well, the symbols that you choose for this game goes on the front of your shield. So like for me, I always choose a king symbol. So if I was to start off with my weapon being the shield, it'd be a big ass king. It would have a crown on it. No, it'd be a big ass king checkers piece or chess piece. Oh, okay. So that's usually the piece I go for. But overall,
Yeah, you can actually literally make it look like Captain America's shield. I've actually seen someone with it.
Yeah.
And it looked
It ain't that
exactly
hard.
like Captain America. Yeah, and it actually looked exactly like Captain America's shield, which actually should be copyright.
Well, it is, but at the same time, the way the DC does it is, I think they asked for permission from Marvel before they did it, or they paid for that trademark or whatever. But hey,
Man.
like you said, it's trademark, which means Marvel honestly should be suing. But Marvel, here's one thing we want you guys to do: release a copy.
Make your own version.
Yeah, only make it better. Don't make us have to pay for powers. Like this game used to be, you had to pay monthly just to play this game. And then because of how people stopped buying it and how sales went down, I guess they sold it. To where it's online they literally, for free.
Yeah, it's online for free.
It's on PC, it's on PlayStation, and it's on Xbox coming up.
Oh, I didn't. Oh yeah, it originally wasn't for Xbox.
It was a PlayStation PC exclusive type thing. Now.
Yep.
I heard that Microsoft has said that they would share Halo with us. They're just waiting for a response from Sony. So Sony, please accept that, because I do want to actually play Halo for the PlayStation. I don't care much for Microsoft Xbox. Microsoft, just to let you know, I love your computers. I just don't like your Xbox. That's my only problem with you guys.
Same here. I actually like y'all's computers, but I can't stand the Xbox for anything.
And another thing about, alright, here's where the topic actually gets to Marvel versus DC. Here's the counterparts for each one of these guys, except for Superman, because apparently Superman's the greatest. Because you guys couldn't give him a fucking counterpart. Oh wait, I have one and he's better. His name's Captain America. He don't have that. He don't have all them superpowers that Superman has. Enhanced strength, a magnetic shield that he can throw and retrieve, agility, and common sense. Oh, and he's from Earth. Let's see. Iron Man, Bruce Wayne. They both get in the sack and they both have billions of dollars. Only thing is, Batman lives in a cave. When he's not doing stuff in the daytime, and Iron Man is around the world telling everybody don't break my shit.
Well, technically his parents died in a plane crash, so they weren't killed in front of him.
Right. There's your counterpart for there. Let's see. Here's where DC should have got sued just for the name of this character, Captain Marvel. There is no equivalent to him, seeing as we don't have a child hero.
I thought Captain Marvel was a chick. Oh no, that's Miss Marvel.
Yeah, that's Miss Marvel. And still,
I honestly don't get why they could get away with that.
Because I think the name wasn't copywritten at the time when he was created.
And she.
Well, Miss Marvel, I think, is part of the Marvel Universe. I'm just not sure. So, you know, I'll do some research on that.
Oh, and they also have... Oh, don't forget the talking duck.
Talking duck.
He's a talking duck detective.
I don't even know which universe that even comes from. Marvel or DC?
No, actually, he's technically in both. Let's see, I'm trying here's actually, like, the writers who made the duck, I can't remember the name of them, I'm sorry, y'all, but, they did a thing where they were putting them into Marvel. No, where they were putting them into DC, and then Marvel came out with a series of comics where they came in, snatched them, and then left them in with a soulless clone. So the version of them that's in DC is just a soulless clone, and the original is still with Marvel.
Interesting. I didn't know about that.
That was how the writers got back at them. I thought that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a lot of things that should be trademarked and everything, but DC is lacking in the hero department, because, look, here's all the heroes that we count for DC. Batman, Superman, Hawkgirl, Hawkman, Green Lanterns 1, 2, and 3. One of them's black, two of them's white. Let's see. Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Captain Marvel, The Flash, Zatanna, Raven, Robin, Starfire, Cyborg, Beast Boy, let's see. Nightwing, which is basically an upgrade from Robin, so they count as the same person.
Well, actually not anymore, because like it's the Nightwing is a different Robin, and like the new Robin is Batman's son.
But here's the thing: anytime a Robin gets an upgrade, the Nightwing who's ahead of him retires, and the old Robin takes as the new Nightwing.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Because both Tim and this is not a joke, you guys. Their names are actually Tim and Dick. Both Tim and Dick have both become a Nightwing.
Yes, this guy, the new Nightwing is Dick.
Exactly.
And he's the one that used to be Robin in the original Teen Titans before Sapphire decided to take over and take care of the new Teen Titans and the kids. Although for some reason Beast Boy hasn't aged, so I guess they just reset Beast Boy since he was such a complete dunce.
No, I must say this: Starfire's fucking hot in that movie. Second, the way that they did it was because Beast Boy wasn't part of the original Titans at that time. He came along later in that version of the movie, and that's why he's like 11, 12 years old.
Okay, I was going by the original Teen Titans show.
Yeah, it's not like the one where Miss Marvel shared her, Miss Martian shared her DNA with him, and that's how he got his powers. Because for everyone that they do, it's always a different twist to them. Like the one where Superman and Wonder Woman was dating.
I thought that one to where like he was born that way, and like he used to be part of a different superhero team.
Yeah, that's for the original ones where he was part of a circus type team. But in the one where
they were a legitimate superhero team. They were just one of the ones that you never heard about much. Like before like the Galactic guys got famous due to their movie. They were one of the ones that were barely known.
True. And that's the thing, because the story for Garth this time, which is Beast Boy's real name.
My bad. I'm actually going into Marvel.
Yeah, for Garth this time, here's the story for him. The Young Justice version of him was, he was a kid on a farm. He needed a blood transplant. Miss Martian, being able to make her blood any type, gave him a blood transfusion. The blood transfusion caused him to mutate, causing his skin to turn green, and he can morph into any animal.
Miss Martian, I'm trying to remember who that is.
Martian Manhunter's niece. She's a white Martian.
Oh, right. Oh, I don't remember her being white, though. I remember her actually being green, but I remember her being hot as hell, though.
Look, I'm gonna put it like this. When they showed, like, what her true form looks like, what all Martians' true forms look like, she's a white Martian. She's the albino one that most people just despise. Like, most Martians don't even want nothing to do with the albino ones. They think of them as some type of outcast or something, but, you know.
They make them feel some type of way.
I should shank you with a motherfucking rusty pipe. But anyway, the other heroes, you know, there's a long list, but here's all the good heroes for the entire Marvel universe. You have, starting off, Wolverine, Deadpool, Iron Man,
everybody
War
loves
Machine,
Deadpool.
Falcon, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, Captain America. You have frickin' Hawkeye. You have Spider-Man. You have Venom. You got Anti-Venom, which is a new hero that they created.
Then you got
let's see. You have Colossus. Carnage. Well, Carnage is still a villain, so he doesn't really count.
True.
Although if they did turn him good, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, and then you have Mr. Peeper himself, the Watcher.
I don't really count him as a hero. He's exactly
well, he's
what
not
his
a
name
hero,
is.
or
He's the Watcher.
I know, but I just had to mention him though. That was like one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in a show ever. The freaking Watcher. He just stays on the moon and freaking watches.
Yeah, and then like you have other heroes like let's see.
Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer. You got Ant-Man, Wasp, Vision. You got a crap ton of people. But to tell you the truth, the good heroes end after on DC.
You also
ends.
got like the. You also got like the fire chick and the ice dude and all the X-Men.
Yeah, I mean the X-Men by themselves are more than 10. Iceman, Pyro.
Dude, no, there's like, I mean like the
there's like
number
1,000 of them.
Yeah, there's like 1,000 different X-Men, all with cool powers. Like freaking like the
Cyclops.
There was one. No, I can't think of her name right now. Psychonaut or something. I don't know. She had like the power over shadows and shit.
You talking about Shadowcat?
Nah. Yeah.
Cause Shadowcat could only walk through shit.
No. Yeah, she could only go through stuff. I can't remember her name.
Then okay, everyone has their preferred hero and everything.
Psylocke.
Yeah, Psylocke. She was a good hero, and to tell you the truth, the X-Men by themselves have a good over 30 members.
And more. Then you have like the Angel guy with the angel wings. Or even though technically although technically now he has metal wings, since his dad ripped off his wings, that looked fucking painful as hell.
Well, actually, they didn't even get.
Shit?
Yeah, I remember, but in the actual comic book, he was turned into the Archangel by Apocalypse. Now, here's where you do a villain right. Apocalypse versus Brainiac is what we're going to talk about now. I prefer Apocalypse.
Me too, because Apocalypse actually
is not really a villain. He's more of let's see, a civil rights activist gone wrong.
Yeah, like he visions everybody. He envisions a mutant. Yeah, he envisions everybody as a mutant, and basically he's kind of like Magneto.
He's immortal
in a way,
basically.
But yeah, like Magneto, he isolated all the, like, for like the longest he was the villain, and he wanted to destroy the humans and just leave just the mutants.
Well, it
but
wasn't
eventually
that he wanted to destroy them. He wanted humans to be on a lower scale versus the mutants, because the mutants were hunted. The mutants were told, well, because you're a freak, we don't accept you. Well, here's
Magneto was originally an X-Men too.
Yeah,
like he was partners with Xavier, and he blamed himself for Xavier being in a wheelchair.
Well, it is his fault. He deflected the bullet and not realized that off his metal helmet it bounced and hit Xavier.
Yeah, and let's see.
I mean, the movies are good. Even like I would have to go back and read the comic book on how exactly Xavier lost his ability to walk, because honestly, after Magneto reflected that bullet into his spine, he was doing it to where he took a shot that channeled his mutant power into his spine. So his mutant powers were what was keeping him walking.
No, he was still in a wheelchair.
No, when I'm talking about in one of the movies, he even said it. He's like, I take a shot every day in order for my powers to keep me on my feet, because Beast was looking after him, and Beast could morph between his actual Beast form and his human form.
Before he tried to cure himself.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And I must say, Beast is one of he lives up to his fucking name. He can be one badass animal, man. Him and Wolverine together are just fucking, they could fuck up half of DC by themselves. Now, here's the thing. The Hulk has no equal in the DC universe, is all I got to say.
like, there's actually a thing. Well, same thing with Deadpool, because there are several comic books for both. Because like they have several. Like the only Deadpool actually has no match, because like there's one to where Deadpool literally killed everything in the entire Marvel universe several times.
Think about it like this. The Deadpool movie showed you exactly how he got that way. Man had cancer. His genes of mutation were laying dormant. They did so much shit to this man that eventually his mutant gene activated towards death. And instead of him dying, his skin basically just rotted and was basically healing at the same time. But it was rotting at a rate to where the healing process would heal it, rot, and you just didn't see it move like that. And what happens is that, you know,
he was always in pain.
Yeah.
He would always be in pain, but he would heal so that he wouldn't die. So he would feel himself.
He's in agony
almost
24/7.
dying. Yes, he was in agony 24/7, and he ended up being in love with death. And Thanatos, who served death and was in love with her, found out about it and put a curse on Deadpool to where he could not die no matter what, so that he could never be with Lady Death. So you could hack him to pieces, completely incinerate him, and he would come back out of nothing.
And here's another thing that I must say. When it comes to children of superheroes, Wolverine takes the cake for his one true bloodline, X-23.
I'm not familiar with that one.
You don't know who X-23 is?
No,
she was supposed to be a clone of Weapon X, but instead it came out a girl. Now her will to, like, she survived and everything. She has 2 of the adamantium claws up in her hands, and then another one in each foot. So she has a total of 6 like her father, but it's just separate. So like, let's say you pin both her arms, but you don't pin her feet.
You're gonna get
she
stabbed
will
with
stab
them
the
feet.
fuck out of you until you let her go. X-23 is considered a failed experiment. Like, they wanted to hunt her like they wanted to do with Wolverine. Only thing is, X-23 is also the daughter of Lady Deathstrike. They took her genes along with Wolverine, put them together, and made X-23. And I must say, she's always fine as fuck.
True. Although technically that doesn't make her his daughter.
Well, he accepts her as his daughter because of all the shit that they did to him. Like, if you watch X-Men Evolution,
true.
He will tell you. He will tell you because
although technically he could do her and make a child with her, and it would technically not be incest.
Well, we're not gonna get into all that, but here's the thing: her mother is Lady
Deathstrike. That would come out from
Deathstrike.
them, but from the child that those two would make, that would be one badass kid.
And get this, she was actually born with an adamantium skeleton. She didn't get hers by injection. Hers was actually naturally born.
Badass.
X-23 is counted as one of the X-Men.
Yes.
And if anybody wants to know who X-23 is, Google it.
We also forgot to mention Storm.
Oh, how could we forget to mention Storm? Because Halle Berry plays her so fucking well.
And she's one of the sexiest black women ever with white hair.
And here's another thing that most people don't get. The last movie that they made of X-Men, where Storm was in, Halle Berry was actually pregnant while doing the movie.
Damn.
Yeah. So that lets you know, don't fuck with a chick with hormones if she a mutant. Cause I promise you, she can control. Look, Halle Berry stole my heart as Storm when she asked you this question in the first one. After Toad did something to her. Do you know what's happened to a Toad when it's struck by lightning? He replied, no. The same thing that happens to everything else.
That's awesome.
Now, honorable mentions for villains have to be for the Marvel Universe. I'm giving it to Magneto because Magneto is the biggest dick that you'll ever find that side of the thing. But his reasons for doing it, he cares about mutant kind. It's not like he's doing it just to fucking piss anyone off or just for kicks and laughs. He's doing it because he wants to better
it for good reason. He's actually doing it with good intentions, although he's doing it the wrong way.
Now, most people will argue, but all villains have good intentions.
Yeah, although technically he's not really considered a villain anymore. But you gotta mention, his daughter is fine as hell.
Scarlet Witch, hell yeah. Wanda drive me bananas.
Like, wait, doesn't he have 2 daughters?
No, he only has one. Scarlet. Oh yeah, Lorna and Scarlet Witch. But Lorna, I didn't learn about until Wolverine and the X-Men. I didn't learn about her until that show, which Nick did.
Yeah, both of them are fine as hell, though.
But I prefer Scarlet Witch because Scarlet Witch is a little bit more intact with her power.
And she got bigger titties.
Yes, Darkseid. Go ahead and say the quote in 3, 2,
titties
1.
all day, every day.
There you guys go. That is his trademark signature saying. Titties all day, every day. Which I agree with because I love titties. That's exactly why my girlfriend has them. Exactly why my girlfriend has them. But at the same time... And she got a nice ass. Hey, motherfucker. You gonna get a double kick in the ass if you don't quit that shit.
You could use that ass for a bongo drum.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go shoot Darkseid, so please excuse me. Stand still, motherfucker! Bam, 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 bam. Fuck, I missed. Just get me more bullets. Bam, 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 pow. There, got you, bitch.
I'm like Deadpool. I'm immortal, bitch.
It's okay, cause I'm gonna shoot your nuts off every day. They're gonna have to regrow. And every time they regrow, I'm shooting them off again.
I got big fat nuts every day.
I have no comment for that, viewers. But anyway, let's see. When it comes to future children of the Marvel Universe, here's a movie you guys need to see. It's an animated movie. It's called Avengers: Heroes of Tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna let you know right now. Movie was good. It was just too many sausages, not enough Vienna in that motherfucker. The only female was Thor's daughter Tori, and he gave her a sword like Mjolnir.
But that daughter though, damn.
The movie was a good movie because Iron Man was old.
For a piece of dat ass.
Iron Man and Hulk were old. Ultron had taken over the world. Everyone else was dead, and Iron Man was raising everyone's children.
Yep. And I'll say it again. I'd gladly go to Valhalla for a piece of dat ass.
You do realize her father didn't die, and if he even saw you come near his daughter, he'd strike you from the heavens.
Hey, it'd be worth a shot just to see that ass.
Or he'd throw Mjolnir at you, and Mjolnir travels pretty fast, homie.
True. And sometimes it looks like he can control that thing with his mind.
He can. It's built just for Thor. Do you know the only other person or creature that's able to lift that thing is Vision?
Didn't Spider-Man once lift it, though?
Spider-Man, I'm not sure of. I know it's only if you're worthy to lift it. If your heart is pure enough, then you can lift it.
Yeah, I think there was actually an episode where Spider-Man actually picked it up. I know there was one. I know that like one of the Spider multiverses, Spider-Man was actually part Captain America, so he was like Captain Spider.
I remember that. That was a pretty good episode. Let's see. There was also the episode of one of the Spider-Man cartoons when I was growing up where he teamed up with Captain America, but Captain America had 6 sidekicks with him. They all wore rings and shit. It was pretty good.
I don't remember that one.
I do. It was an awesome, awesome one. But The main point is we look at Marvel and we look at DC.
Didn't they also used to have a cereal where you, like, didn't they also used to have a cereal where you could get those rings?
No, I don't remember
yeah,
that.
I think, yeah, actually, yeah, there actually used to have a cereal where you could actually get those Captain American rings in them.
Nice. But alright.
And don't forget Spider-Man and his amazing friends, where they had like the Fire Chick and Iceman before he joined the X-Men.
No. Were you drinking toilet water again?
I'm not gonna lie, it is actually pretty bad, but it was good for the day.
Bad. No. Bad is an understatement.
Well, what do you expect? This thing came out of the 70s.
This thing was fucking horrendous. I would have rather been shot in the dick. That does not give anybody permission who is watching this to come to my house and shoot me in the dick. I would have rather watched Gullah Gullah Island for 50 years straight rather than watch Spider-Man and his amazing friends. I realized that it was the best they could do at that time, but they shouldn't have made cartoons back then. They should have stuck with the Flintstones, the Jetsons, and just left cartoons to come to the 90s.
Well, you do know that the Spider-Man we watched in the 90s also came from the 70s, right?
Probably, but we remastered it and made it a little bit better. Just like, okay, this gets an honorable mention just because my friend and I made up a joke about this. Voltron.
True.
Honestly, I actually like Voltron.
Yeah, me too. Like, I actually used to have all their toys back in the 90s.
The opening of it is actually pretty good because the one from back in the day was a pretty good one. From days of long ago, from uncharted reaches of the galaxy, comes a robot. Or comes the legend of Voltron, this, that, and the other. Basically, it was 5 robotic giant lions that would link together. The black lion would stick its back legs into the yellow and the blue lion's asses, and then the red and green one would latch on to the arms, and the red and the black's mouth would open and the head would pop out. And there you go, Voltron, because the wings on the black one would open up to like a V. And Voltron actually was a pretty decent one. Then when they made Voltron a third dimension, oh my god, could they have done shittier.
And then when they came out with the reboot with the second generation of the Voltron leaders, they actually did an amazing job on that one.
Here's my problem with Voltron the third dimension. Stealth Voltron. Damn, boy, you farting on the other end of the on the other end of the microphone. Hi, damn, homie.
Damn. I can't believe the mic picked that up, I swear. Turtle Beaches, caution, be warned. They will hear the slightest fart.
You can hear an ant pissing on the sidewalk. Take a listen.
Since we're mentioning old cartoons, I have the power.
Don't even mention He-Man. He-Man wasn't all that good back in the day. It wasn't until we got He-Man back in the late 90s, early 2000s when they remixed it that I actually
He-Man, the original reason why we got gay boys.
No, you realize they were at home queefing to that shit. But anyway, the thing, look, the Voltron thing falls in the line of the Transformer line though, and Transformers is what our next stream will be about, probably tomorrow if you're on.
Oh, I love Transformers. Hell, why don't we just do it after we end this video?
Because I have to go to sleep for work. Or we can throw it into this discussion and then I'll just edit the title later. So guys, we're also going to talk Transformers. Now, Transformers G1, I must say, was good. For a
it was awesome.
Yes, G1 was considered a cartoon, not an anime, and G1 was fantastic. Then when you came out with generations later on, like Robots in Disguise, Armada and everything, that's when Transformers started to have sex on screen without nobody noticing. They called it power linking.
I actually kind of like that one where they had like the little mini bots.
Yes.
I actually really
Armada
enjoyed
was
that
good
one.
because there was 3 weapons in there that I enjoyed: the stars, the sky boom shield, the star saber, and the requiem blaster.
Like here's one that honestly a lot of real Transformers fans would love to see remade with better graphics and more story.
Which one?
Beast Wars.
Oh hell yeah! Let's talk Beast Wars.
Like because like Beast Wars was like years after the story of G1.
Actually, no.
Because
Beast Wars took place back in the time of before G1 started.
No. Like if you actually watch Beast Wars, there's one where they actually go back in time.
I know, that's where they got stuck. I watched it the whole way through. Look,
well, that was later on.
No, because what happened is they came through those little time portals, and when they came through them, they crashed also on Earth in 2 different spots that were near each other, but not too close together. And then Optimus was like, status report, how's everybody doing? Well, we've all taken on some damage, so we're gonna need alternate forms. Alright, scan the area, and everybody pick the form.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. I'm sorry, I got confused, yeah.
You're thinking of Beast Machines.
Maybe that's another one I need to... Maybe I need to go and rewatch that one. But basically, they did start off in the future, and they ended up getting thrown way back in the past.
Before their ancestors even woke up.
Yes, before their ancestors ever woke up.
Now, here's the best part about Beast Wars, because you never knew if they were going to get new allies or new enemies. Like, when it came to the Maximals versus the Predacons. Now, get this. Megatron
we no longer have Decepticons and Autobots.
We have Maximals and Predacons. Maximals for Autobots, Predacons for Decepticons. And I'm pretty sure you would have figured that out just by the names.
And for some reason, the Predacons have like a wasp head symbol. For some reason.
Because they upgraded from like the little whatever fucking symbol the Decepticon is to a bug, because they were actually Predacons. Because if you paid attention to G1, like Predacons also became the descendants, which means they didn't go for just trucks and cars and all that. They went for naturistic things too. That's why Megatron 2 was built like that, to where he can basically adapt to it. Like when you look at the transformation,
and then like Megatron was a fucking T-Rex.
Yeah, because some went for dinosaurs, some went for
yeah, and this was one of the few times where like the descendant of Starscream turned good and stayed good.
Now here's something funny. You ready for it?
Yes.
Okay. So, you remember Megatron and Optimus, right?
Yeah.
King Kong versus a dinosaur.
Oh god.
King Kong versus a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Now remember, when they came out with the Transmetal transformation, not all the Autobots got it.
Yep. Rat Trap got it though for some reason.
Here's everyone who died in the Transmetal configuration. Scorponok, Pterosaur. Both fell into a lava pool and died.
Yep. And they came back as Storm Eagle.
No. Those two never came back. Scorponok and Pterosaur never came back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're thinking of like... Air Razor and Tigertron and came back as Tigerhawk.
Yeah, that's right.
Now here's
Although I never understood why that happened though. They were like 2 robots that basically just came back to life in one body.
They spirits merged. Because remember, at the end of their lifespan, they said, my spark shall forever be with yours, and mine with yours. Those two were actually lovers.
Oh yeah, that's right. They were in love.
Which is funny, because how do robots fuck? I know. He puts his hard drive, or his flash drive, in her USB port. And he downloads that data, love.
Organic love is disgusting, swapping bodily fluids.
I know, we'll just swap programming. Now here's another thing. So basically what happens is the Maximals and the Predacons set up bases, they wage war for a little bit. When the transmetal thing hits, it's because of a meteor that's coming to Earth. So Megatron and Optimus called an alliance for all about 5 minutes while Megatron was set Optimus up to take the downfall. And he took it and got destroyed. And everyone went through a transformation. So you had Megatron, who got transformed to a T-Rex with roller skates.
I actually remember having those toys. Those were that was back in the day when you actually had to learn how to freaking make them transform.
Yeah. And
nowadays they dumbified the toys. Oh, all you got to do is just pull the legs apart and spin it, and it's done. Or oh, now all you got to do is just flip it over, and it's done. Like,
yeah, they're not real Transformers. That's not. Look, these are for children though. Children who aren't. Look, the day and age of these children now are fuck ups. The toy lines are fuck ups because toy lines don't want to do it like back in my day when. Here's the thing. It was fun. I had the you remember Transformers Energon, right?
Yep.
I had Jetfire and I had Ironhide.
Mm-hmm.
And putting them together took me all about 5 minutes to combine both of them into one robot.
Yep.
But back to the Beast Wars talk. Let's see. So here are the teams for the Beast Wars: Optimus, Cheetor, Rat Trap, Rhinox. Let's see. Black Arachnia. Dinobot.
Yeah. Dinobot was the Raptor, right?
Yes, he was the Velociraptor who changed teams.
Yeah.
He had already changed his passcode by the time he went over there to fight Optimus for leadership of the Maximals. Optimus won and offered him a spot on the crew. Here's the crew for the Predacons: Megatron, Pterosaur, which is only for a little while, Waspinator, Scorponok, who is only for a little while, and Black Arachnia changed sides from Megatron a little later, but she was originally on his time. Let's see, Inferno, but we count Black Arachnia as a Maximal because she was a Maximal space pod when they first got her. And so was Inferno, but they turned him and they turned her, but she decided to come on over to the good side because she's not a bitch. Like basically they went and changed their programming from Maximal to Predacon. Basically they brainwashed them. Exactly. So when the transmetal waves hit from the meteor that Optimus destroyed, everyone but a couple of people got a transformation. The only two who really did not get a transformation were Black Arachnia and Dinobot. Everyone else got a transformation. Cheetor, head became his hands. He had rockets and all that good shit, and he could put both his hands together and blow you to Kingdom Come. Good old Cheetor.
Yep.
Oh, also Rhinox did not get a transmetal transformation.
Poor Rhinox.
Well, it was fine because Rhinox was cool until he became into beast machines and then decided I'm gonna be a crybaby bitch. But anyway, the thing that really got everyone was probably the Optimus meets Optimus Primal thing.
Yeah, that was honestly that pissed a lot of people off, but I actually really loved that one because like he actually got to meet his ancestor and he even got a power up from his.
Wait, what pissed people off about that?
I don't know. Like he basically got a little. He ended up getting like his leadership spark, and it souped him up, but he only borrowed it until like they were done with the fight, and he gave him back his spark.
Actually, it wasn't even the fight. It wasn't even a
Yeah.
fight. This is the thing that happened. Megatron discovered the location of the Ark, which is the resting place of some of the Decepticons, some of the Autobots, because the Decepticons snuck onto the ship and decided they were going to try to kill all the Autobots, but it didn't work because the ship crashed. And
Yep.
this is, let's see, at this point, everyone's in what they call a stasis lock, which is basically a coma.
Well, no, stasis lock basically means they're sleeping.
Yeah. Everyone's knocked the fuck out. Hold on a second, I'm doing some ice. So, what happened is, Megatron 2 found a location, and he broke into the Ark, seeing Optimus 1 asleep. I call him Optimus 1 because there's two Optimus at this time.
And
the
he
original,
was going to
the Descendant.
yeah, and
he blew up
and
Optimus
he was going,
1's face.
Yeah, he actually damaged it.
He didn't damage it, he blew it to Kingdom Come, which means he really fucked his face up. And so what happened is, let's see, in order for them to keep him alive, his spark was taken. His spark is his heart and his life force. But it also has the matrix of leadership with it, as they call it, which is the all-out Transformers rules and codes and all that good shit.
Well, not only that, it also gives them a power-up and it changes their personality.
Well, basically, his spark is encased in this big giant thing where, you know, it's like a little lock thing to keep it in spot. And so what happens is he takes it, and Rat Trap's exact words were, "Are you nuts? You can't hold two sparks in your body." And Rhinox replies with, "This one has the Matrix with it." And Optimus replies with, "Bitch, what fucking choice do we have? It's either this or we all go kablooey." So he puts it into his body, and as he puts it in his body, and it's two of the code, basically it's just like the old Optimus and new Optimus are just like meeting each other spiritually, but not really, because he didn't really get a chance to go offline and meet them. So what happens is it created a brand new body for him to hold it, which means you've seen a little cockpit, kind of like a modern day vehicle type thing. Optimus got an update to what you would call Optimal Optimus.
Yep.
And so Megatron, realizing that he's fucked up, he tried to destroy him. He blocked it. The old base got destroyed and they had to find a new place to stay, so they stayed in the Ark where their ancestors were. But this is the thing, when the repairs were done, he gave him his spark back, and here's the best scene I have ever seen during that whole show. Optimus wakes up for a couple seconds because they only repaired his face. They didn't repair the damage to his body, so his body and his face didn't like say, well, it's time to fully wake up. So what happened is he woke up for a second, he looked at him, he laid his head back down, and Rhinox replied with, well, now everything's back to normal. But here's my thing. You said they were asleep. Here go what proves my coma theory. If they were just asleep, they would have got the fuck up like 20 minutes later.
Well, stasis basically stasis means yeah, but which stasis lock does is keep them asleep.
Yes, which means a coma though, because lock means you're stuck until you get Teletron 1 online to fully do all the repairs. Because in G1, Teletron 1 just scanned them and found the problem and woke them up. So there goes my theory for the coma. Now theory proven. They were in a coma. So when he woke up and looked at his descendant, I feel like he got a little glimpse and was like, okay, well, my future is promised. And laid back down and went back to sleep. Because honestly, if he was fully repaired, he would have got up and activated Teletron 1 and woke everyone up way before the Great War was even supposed to start.
Well, or it could have been one of those instances where like a person wakes up for a split second, sees something, doesn't register it, and just falls right back to sleep.
Yes. That also might have happened, but Rhinox did say he's back in normal stasis lock.
Yeah.
Now here's something that's going to really fuck everyone's mind up. Cheetor, as much as I wanted him to be, was not the descendant of Bumblebee, our favorite little Camaro.
Yep.
Rat Trap is, unfortunately.
Yeah, which is really weird considering that how much of a coward he is.
And how much badass Bumblebee was.
Yep.
Now, the next one we're going to talk about, and this is probably my favorite episode, Feral Scream.
That one, I honestly, that's one that I missed that I probably need to watch.
Cheetor based in new ally known as Death Post or something. His name's Death Strike or something. I'm not sure what it is because at this point everyone's gotten a new ally, like some psychotic ass crab that Megatron has, that he's chopped the crab Spark in half and is keeping half to himself, and he let the crab keep half.
Although technically I don't.
Yeah, I don't see how the fuck you can crush half a heart and then like give. But you know, it's
basically he's using his own spark as keeping him as a slave.
Yeah, and then let's see. So basically, they were Megatron was making a new Dinobot after Dinobot met his end at the hands of Megatron's army, and Optimus at this point had not undergone the transformation yet, but Dinobot had made his amends to everyone.
Yep.
And he told Rat Trap, because him and Rat Trap were the best of friends, even though they didn't show it. He told him,
yeah.
He's like, you're maybe just a stag-picking scurrian, but it's nice to know where you stand. Dinobot was like, coming from you, vermin, that's high praise. I was like, there you go, Dinobot, your last fucking words. Because they was like, we can't let Dinobot die. We gotta get him repaired. Dinobot said, what good with repairing the old damaged
whenever he came back as a robot.
Yeah, he's like, just let me rest.
And he was evil for a while, and then like he regained his memories and came back to his senses.
Yeah,
and
but
went
also
back
blowing
to being,
himself up.
Yeah.
Because when he got his memory back, it was too much for him, so he destroyed himself again. But my thing is, Dinobot 2 was a little bit better than Dinobot 1. For the simple fact that Cheetor basically took the Transmetal 2 maker, is what they call it, and got shot and trapped inside the machine and blown to smithereens, kinda-ish. Because he got back to base a couple hours after they were looking for him, and he's all beat the fuck up. He refuses to go to the repair chamber, so they just let him rest in his room, and he goes through something called a feral transformation, where his new body is trying to escape, but his old body doesn't want to let go. Now, he's such a badass jaguar at this point, you can't even name him Cheetor anymore, because he's no longer a cheetah. He's a fucking jaguar with a rocket on his back.
True.
And so he's trying to figure out how the hell he went about getting all this. He goes back to base. Optimus takes him out, and at this point, yes, Optimus is transformed into Optimal Optimus. He takes him out talking about, Cheetor, I just want to find out what the fuck really happened to you. Cheetor's like, I wish everyone would just get off my back. So basically, Cheetor's going through cyber puberty.
Yep.
And so Optimus is damaged.
Gotta love the teenage year.
Yeah, Optimus is damaged. Cheetor finally goes Super Saiyan, as I'm gonna call it. And his new form breaks out of the shell. Now he's showing off and shit until he reverts back to beast mode. And in beast mode, he's trapped. Now his spark is located on his ass this time. And after they defeat the enemy, Cheetor's looking around with everyone being fucking unfamiliar to him, and he doesn't want to fuck everyone's life up. He growling, he's scratching at everyone, and Optimus tries to reach for his ass to his spark. And he's like, no, kitty, no, this kitty has his own pot pie. South Park reference. Shout out to South Park, you guys fucking rock. And what happens is that Cheetor is basically helped, and he basically learns how to control his mode. Now at this point, Cheetor has a crush on the new guy who is Silverbolt. He has a crush on his main squeeze, Black Arachnia, who is still a Predacon, kinda. And then what happens is they try to operate on her to remove this core thing that another Predacon known as, what was this nigga's name, Tarantulas, had implanted in her in case she ever went rogue and he can destroy her. Basically, she almost died, and Silverbolt went boat shit crazy, trying to kill him, only he was gonna end up getting killed, and Black Arachnia saved his ass. And by the way, her upgrade made her look a little bit more hotter. Even though she's a robot.
Didn't she get like this wheel thing on her ass?
No, you're thinking of Tarantulas. Tarantulas had a motorcycle thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm thinking of him.
He had a motorcycle theme to him.
Yeah, I actually used to have him.
Yeah, all of the Transformers except for Cheetor, Rhinox, and Silverbolt all had a vehicle theme to them. Optimus could go from submarine, jet plane, tank, car. Rat Trap was just a small little go-kart. And that's it.
I thought that was funny as hell.
He was a go-kart?
Yeah.
Well, he's living up to his ancestor.
Well, no, it would make me think of Tom and Jerry with that movie where they had to race around the world and Jerry was in a go-kart.
Yeah.
Like in this tiny ass
that one made
go-kart.
me really be like, wow, this is like really fucking funny. Now here's the transformation for Megatron. Megatron found the location of his ancestors' ship, which is known as the Nemesis, and he took his ancestor Spark and combined it with his, getting the Dragon mode. Now for me, I think Megatron was stupid for getting the Dragon mode. But hey, he wanted to compete with Optimus, but his Dragon mode would later on do him more harm than good.
True.
And we're at an hour and a minute, so everyone, this will be the last subject for him to say, and then we're going to say our goodbyes, and we'll talk about this tomorrow if he's online.
Alright, and then we have like the newest one. I'm not talking about the new one that's on Cartoon Network. I'm talking about the other one. Wasn't it Prime?
Transformers Prime?
Like Transformers Prime. The ending movie that they had that ended the series, I actually liked how they ended it. Like,
Optimus
Unicron...
died.
No, Optimus didn't die.
Yeah, he did. In Transformers Prime, he died. He gave his spark to the Matrix. He leaped into the Matrix and died.
I guess he kind of did. Well, at the same time, he didn't though, because if you go into the Matrix,
you're ever living.
Yeah. So technically, he didn't die, but Megatron ended up having a change of heart and stops being the villain because his reasoning is, now that I have been a slave, I know I do not wish to put that on any other, and whenever Starscream tries to do it, Starscream dies.
Hold on. Megatron has a change of heart?
You didn't see the movie?
No, I didn't see the movie because I remember Megatron was killed and filled with dark energon.
Yeah, like, the movie ends the TV series.
I gotta watch it.
That's
I'll most likely find it on Netflix.
It might. I actually watched it on Netflix. I don't know if they still have it on there, but yeah. Like, that's how they ended it.
Well, it's good that Megatron changed his ways without having to die again.
Yeah, which, honestly, I wish they would hurry up and remake the Beast Wars with better graphics without ruining the damn story. We know how you motherfuckers have been fucking up on the reboots.
Oh my god, did M. Night Shyamalan get a hold of television?
Did you see what they did to the Powerpuff Girls?
Yes, but see, that's a little bit... Look, the Powerpuff Girls of our generation and the Powerpuff Girls of today... You can't compare those two. We had it back when Powerpuff Girls was okay for boys and girls to watch.
Yeah, but they gave them like Green Lantern powers.
What did you expect? Did you expect shit to stay the same when they said Powerpuff Girls are coming back? No. When they say Powerpuff Girls are coming back, that means, yeah, we're bringing them back, but they're not going to be here forever. Wait for us to get canceled.
Like, and I thought the Japanese version of them were bad.
Look how they did Teen
Japanese. True, but I mean they already did a reboot of them that sucked, and that was the Japanese. That was the anime version where for some reason they.
Girls, Z?
Yeah, where they fought with frickin' yo-yos.
Man, this like shit's crazy though. Like if they remake Beast Wars, they would have look. It'd be Power Rangers all over again. They would have to try and make it seem like you know everything stays the same. Like they could honestly just upgrade the graphics and keep everything the fucking same.
Yeah, that's all that they would have to do is just upgrade the graphics and keep everything the same. That's it. Just
but they would also have to
graphics.
Clean up a couple things.
Yeah, and just clean up a couple things. They wouldn't have to change anything else. And boom, they got all their Transformers fans back. And then they can remake the toys where you actually have to work to put them together. Hell, if they actually would do that, I would actually go and buy one. I don't care if I'm fucking 24. If they actually made a Transformer where it actually took time to transform them, I would go out and fucking buy it.
Dude, just go on eBay and buy Ironhide from Transformers Energon. Because honestly, we're gonna stretch this to an hour and 10 because I want to get into Transformers Energon. Transformers Energon was one of the best ones because Optimus himself had a truck full of shit, a submarine, a truck, and a bunch of other things that he can combine, a digger and then something else that would all fit into different spots. Like he can even put one on his arm, the digger on his arm, and that screamed to me like, okay, this is a successful toy line. Because when you look at the power links for everyone, anyone can fit with anyone.
Yeah.
And as for transforming stuff like, look at how our old toys are. I'd rather they just do like maybe the legacy thing like what they do for Power Rangers, like with legacy toys.
Yeah. Yeah, they could easily do that with so many of the Transformers toys. You know what I wish I still had that I did not lose?
What?
I actually used to have die-cast metal of the Generation 1 Transformers.
Nice. But
like I had that back in the 90s.
If I could, I'd take the
and they were
Tyrannosaurus
heavy
Red
as
Dragon.
fuck.
If I could, I'd have the Tyrannosaurus Red Dragon toy like back in the day. Only thing is, because the transformation was so cool, like all four, like the little four hands would come together, form two hands. The legs would come up and form into legs. The body would flip around and the head would bend down. And
yeah, I used to have it too.
I wanted that, but I never had it.
Like I used to have that one, and I used to have the T-Rex version, and it actually took time to transform it. I mean, I don't remember how many times I would accidentally snap a piece off for the T-Rex. Yeah, and then like all you had to do was just boom, it just pops back into place. They knew that kids would fuck up, so they made it to where it was, if this piece pops off, you can pop it right back on, no issue.
I mean, like only Megazord toys I've actually had were the Lunar Wolf Rangers Zord. But it was like you turn him into the Lunar Wolf. You flip his legs backwards. You make the little guns on his hands turn into paws, and then like the little back piece, you put the wolf head up. Then you take the two lower jaws, clamp them together, and when you set him on all fours, he's in a wolf form. And it doesn't even look like the Lunar. It doesn't even look like the Lunar Wolf Ranger. It looks like the fucking Lunar Wolf Zord.
Cool. I've never seen that one. I've never seen that one, but that seems badass.
They even did one with the Lion Ranger. Like, it was the same way. Like, his paws would flip over. You flip his legs backwards, and you pull the feet down. And then, like, the tail, whatever weapon the tail was, you attach it to it. And then you just clamp the jaw shut and pull the mouth closed. And, like, inside the mouth was the head of the actual Ranger.
No, that's actually kind of badass.
Yeah, and do you want to know the best part? His tail was the best part because his tail was also a sword, and it came with a gun attached to it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like if I could find the picture of it on Google, I'll actually send it to you.
Okay, that's actually badass.
And guys, we are officially out of time, so. Like the opening, here we go. Spider Pig, Spider Pig,
Spider Pig,
whatever
a Spider Pig does.
Can he swing from a web?
From a web.
No, he can't.
No, he can't.
He's a pig. Look
He's a pig. Let's go. Here comes the Spider Pig.
I'm out like fat bitches in dodgeball. This is Black Joker 46, aka Lord Black, signing on now alongside Darkseid, aka Squeaky
Peace.
Puff Jr. And guys,
Peace.
we're out.